My brother, my sister, there are times when your heart feels heavy, when you sit in silence and wonder if anyone truly understands the weight you carry. In those moments of darkness, remember this: you are not alone. A light shines even in the deepest night, and that light has been promised to you. It is not just one light, it is light upon light, guidance upon guidance, mercy upon mercy. There are 8 main things you must understand if you want to walk through hardship with hope, to turn pain into strength, and to discover the layers of light that surround your soul. Listen carefully, for each point is like a lamp that will illuminate your path. Number 1, the power of remembering who created you. When loneliness creeps into your heart, when you feel as though no one in this world understands the pain you carry, pause for a moment and ask yourself, who placed you on this earth? The one who created you did not create you to abandon you. The one who formed you with his wisdom, the one who shaped your soul with his knowledge, is the same one who watches over you at every second of your life. To remember your Creator is to find peace even when the world is loud with chaos, even when your heart feels like it is breaking. Think about this. Before you even entered this world, your Creator knew every tear you would shed, every sigh that would escape your lips, every prayer you would whisper in the silence of the night. Nothing about your journey is hidden from Him. This realization itself should remind you that you are never truly alone. Even if friends turn away, even if family misunderstands you, even if the world seems distant, there is always one who listens. And when you speak to Him, even without words, He hears the cry of your heart. Remembrance is not only with your tongue but with your soul. When you walk outside and feel the coolness of the breeze, that is a reminder of His mercy. When you see the rising sun painting the horizon, that is a reminder of His power. When you eat and feel nourished, when you sleep and wake again with strength, these are all reminders of His care. To live in remembrance of your Creator is to live in constant awareness that you are supported, guarded, and loved. Sometimes we fall into despair because we measure our worth by how others treat us. But your worth was already established the moment your Creator gave you life. When He decreed that your soul should exist, He had already written your value. To remember Him is to pull yourself out of the illusion that you are forgotten. Because if the one who owns the heavens and the earth remembers you, then how could you ever truly be alone? And when difficulties weigh you down, remembering who created you allows you to see hardship in a new light. You begin to realize that every test has a purpose, that every burden carries hidden wisdom, and that your Creator never leaves you to carry it without His help. Number 2, patience is not weakness, it is strength. Patience is often misunderstood. Many people think patience means sitting silently, doing nothing, and simply waiting for things to change on their own. But true patience is not passive. It is an active strength of the heart. It is the ability to remain steady when everything around you is shaking. It is the calmness of the soul when storms are raging outside. Patience is the invisible power that holds you together when you feel like breaking apart. Think about the strongest trees. They do not resist the storm by fighting the wind with force. They remain firm by letting their roots dig deeper into the earth. In the same way, patience is not about resisting life's challenges with anger or frustration. It is about anchoring yourself with trust, knowing that there is a wisdom behind what you are going through. Patience allows you to breathe in moments when your chest feels tight. It allows you to see beyond the pain of today into the possibilities of tomorrow. There are times when patience means holding yourself back from reacting in anger, because you know a harsh word can damage what years of kindness have built. Other times, patience means waiting for the right moment to act, knowing that rushing can destroy what is meant to be. Sometimes patience is found in your prayers, where you keep asking and asking, even when you feel the answer is delayed. Each time you wait with faith, you are building inner strength that no one can take away from you. Patience does not mean you are weak. In fact, the one who practices patience is stronger than the one who fights a battle with their fists. Why? Because it is easy to lose control, but it takes true strength to remain composed. It takes strength to bite your tongue when words of anger are burning on it. It takes strength to smile when your heart is heavy. It takes strength to keep walking when your legs are tired and your spirit feels crushed. Every challenge in life is an opportunity to exercise patience. And with every moment of patience, you are not just surviving, you are growing. You are developing resilience, you are polishing your character, and you are showing that your trust lies not in the timing of this world, but in the timing of the one who controls all things. Number 3, gratitude unlocks hidden blessings. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you. It is a lens through which you view life, a way of shifting your heart from focusing on what is missing to appreciating what has already been given. Many times, people believe they have nothing to be grateful for because they compare their lives with those who seem to have more. But gratitude teaches you to pause, to look closely at the simple things, and to realize that even the smallest gift carries immense value. The fact that you can breathe without effort, that your heart beats without you commanding it, that you can open your eyes each morning, these are treasures that no wealth in this world can buy. Gratitude does not deny pain or hardship. It does not ask you to pretend that difficulties do not exist. Instead, gratitude invites you to notice the light even when you are surrounded by shadows. For every trial you face, there is still something working in your favor. Gratitude reminds you that while you may be struggling in one area, you are still blessed in countless others. This awareness transforms the heaviness of the heart into hope, because you begin to realize that your life is not defined only by what is difficult. When you practice gratitude, even in the hardest moments, your perspective changes. The mind becomes calmer and the soul becomes lighter. Gratitude turns obstacles into opportunities by teaching you that within every challenge lies a lesson, and within every delay lies wisdom. Instead of saying, "Why me?" gratitude shifts your voice to say, "There must be a reason, and I trust it will unfold." Gratitude also multiplies blessings. When you acknowledge the good you already have, you attract more goodness into your life. The heart that complains only sees problems, but the heart that thanks sees endless possibilities. A grateful person sleeps with peace, wakes with energy, and walks with hope. Gratitude makes the ordinary moments extraordinary, because you no longer take them for granted. And gratitude is not just felt inside, it is expressed through action. When you are grateful, you share, you give, you treat others with kindness, and you use what you have in ways that spread light. Gratitude is like opening a door. Once you open it, blessings begin to flow, and you start to notice gifts that were always around you but hidden from your eyes until your heart was ready to see them. Number 4, surround yourself with light-bearing people. The people you keep close to your heart shape the direction of your life more than you realize. Human beings are naturally influenced by the environment around them. Just as a flower bends toward the sunlight, your soul leans toward the kind of company you keep. If you are surrounded by negativity, gossip, and darkness, slowly your own heart begins to feel heavy and restless. But when you are surrounded by people of light, those who speak words of kindness, who remind you of purpose, who lift you when you are falling. You begin to rise higher without even noticing it. Think about how a single candle can brighten a dark room. In the same way, even one person with wisdom, positivity, and sincerity can bring light into your life. Light-bearing people are not perfect, but they carry with them qualities that inspire. They remind you to see goodness in difficult times. They help you hold on to hope when your grip feels weak. They encourage you to be better, not by forcing you, but by showing you through their actions. Surrounding yourself with light-bearing people does not mean you cut off the entire world, but it does mean being selective with who you allow to shape your thoughts and emotions. Every conversation leaves an imprint on the heart. Some conversations weigh you down while others give you wings. When your circle is filled with people who guide you toward goodness, their influence strengthens you in ways you could not achieve alone. Sometimes, surrounding yourself with light-bearing people also means distancing yourself from those who pull you into constant negativity. It may not always be easy, but protecting your inner peace is worth it. Choose those who remind you of your values, who stand by you in hardship, who correct you with love when you slip, and who celebrate with sincerity when you succeed. These are the ones whose presence becomes a shield against despair. And remember, being around such people is not only about receiving light, but also about becoming a bearer of light yourself. The more you absorb wisdom, kindness, and patience from others, the more you reflect it in your own life. In this way, the light multiplies, spreading from one heart to another, creating an environment where faith, hope, and strength flourish. Number 5, every test is meant to elevate you. Life is not meant to be a smooth road without obstacles. Every soul that walks this earth is tested in different ways. Some through loss, others through pain, others through waiting, and some through abundance. These tests are not punishments, but stepping stones designed to elevate you, to polish your heart, and to draw you closer to your true purpose. When you begin to see trials not as barriers but as ladders, your entire perspective on life changes. Instead of asking, why me? You begin to ask, what is this trying to teach me? How is this meant to raise me higher? Tests are like fire that refines gold. Without fire, gold remains mixed with impurities, but with fire, its beauty shines. In the same way, the difficulties you go through remove arrogance, break illusions, and teach you humility. They remind you that strength does not come from yourself alone, but from the one who carries you through. A test is a moment when your heart is stretched, when your patience is measured, and when your faith is proven. Sometimes a test may come in the form of loss. The things you thought you could never live without are taken away, and in that pain you discover a strength you didn't know you had. Other times, tests come through delays. Your prayers feel unanswered, your dreams seem distant, and you are forced to wait. That waiting is not wasted. It is a hidden classroom where endurance, trust, and hope are taught. And sometimes tests even come through blessings, wealth, health, or success that can easily distract you if you forget the giver of those blessings. Every test carries within it an opportunity to rise when you feel like falling, an opportunity to strengthen your connection with your Creator, an opportunity to show resilience that inspires others. Each time you face a test with patience, faith, and wisdom, you are not only passing through it, you are being elevated by it. The truth is, growth rarely happens in comfort. It happens when you are stretched, when you are challenged, when you are placed in situations that demand more from you than you thought you had. Tests are not meant to break you, they are meant to build you into someone stronger, wiser, and more connected to the one who never abandons you. Number 6, forgiveness is a light that frees the soul. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful acts a human being can perform, yet it is often one of the hardest. Holding on to anger, resentment, and grudges feels natural when someone has hurt you, but in reality those emotions weigh heavily on your heart. They do not harm the other person as much as they harm you. Carrying resentment is like carrying a burning coal in your hand, hoping it burns the one who wronged you, but in truth it only burns you. Forgiveness, on the other hand, is the act of releasing that coal, freeing yourself from the fire that has been consuming your peace. When you forgive, you do not declare that what happened was right or fair. Forgiveness does not erase the wrong, but it breaks the chains that tie you to the pain of it. It is an act of strength, not weakness. It takes courage to say, I will not let this pain define me anymore. Forgiveness turns bitterness into wisdom, and it allows your soul to heal so that you can move forward without being held back by the weight of yesterday. Think about how the heart feels. When it forgives, it becomes lighter, calmer, and more at peace. Anger and resentment are heavy, they drain energy, they cloud judgment, and they consume joy. But forgiveness clears the heart, just like light clears away darkness. It makes space for compassion, for understanding, and for growth. You begin to realize that everyone is flawed, including yourself, and just as you hope for forgiveness when you make mistakes, others are also in need of that same mercy. Forgiveness is not always about others. Sometimes it is about forgiving yourself. People often carry guilt from past mistakes, replaying them over and over as if punishing themselves endlessly will change the past. But forgiveness of the self is also essential. It is about accepting that you are human, that you stumble, and that your worth is not defined by your mistakes, but by your willingness to rise after them. When you choose forgiveness, you are choosing freedom. Freedom from the control of anger, freedom from the prison of resentment, freedom from the burdens that slow your journey. Forgiveness is a light, and once it enters your heart, it does not just brighten your own soul, it spreads to those around you, making the world softer and more peaceful. Number 7, consistency in prayer brings inner calm. Prayer is more than a ritual. It is a lifeline. It is the moment where the heart finds its anchor, where the restless soul breathes again, where the burdened mind releases its weight. Many people turn to prayer only in times of desperation, but the true beauty of prayer is found in consistency. Just as water sustains a plant, not by pouring once in abundance, but by giving little drops every day, the soul is nourished by consistent connection with the one who created it. When prayer becomes part of your daily rhythm, it transforms the way you face life. Even if your problems do not disappear immediately, the strength you gain from prayer allows you to carry them with dignity. Every time you bow your head, every time you lift your hands, you are reminded that you are not alone in this journey. Prayer places your worries in the care of the one who has power over all things, and that realization itself calms the storms within. Consistency in prayer does not mean your prayers must always be perfect or long. It means showing up even on the days when your heart feels heavy, even when your mind is distracted. It means saying, here I am turning to you again, no matter how many times you fall. That small act of returning again and again creates rivers of peace that flow through the cracks of hardship. The effect of consistent prayer can be felt not only in moments of worship, but also in daily life. It shapes your character, softens your heart, and strengthens your patience. It gives you clarity in decisions, comfort in sorrow, and humility in success. Just as exercise strengthens the body, prayer strengthens the spirit, and the more consistent it becomes, the stronger your inner calm grows. There are times when you may feel your prayer is not being answered, but consistency teaches you that the value of prayer is not only in the result but in the connection itself. Every prayer is heard, every whisper is recorded, and every tear is seen. When you pray consistently, you are building a bond that cannot be shaken by the ups and downs of life. And in that bond lies a tranquility that no material possession can provide. A peace that remains even when the world feels uncertain. Number 7, consistency in prayer brings inner calm. Prayer is not only about asking for help, it is about building a relationship with the one who knows you better than you know yourself. Many people remember prayer in moments of hardship when the weight of life feels unbearable, but they forget it when ease returns. The real strength of prayer is found in consistency, making it a habit of the heart, a rhythm of the soul, something you return to day and night regardless of your situation. When prayer becomes consistent, it stops being an occasional request and becomes a steady source of peace that flows into every part of your life. Think of the heart like a lamp. If you only light it once in a while, the darkness quickly returns. But when you keep it lit every day, no matter how small the flame, it continues to glow. Prayer works in the same way. Each time you stand in humility, each time you whisper your needs, each time you bow your head, you are keeping the flame of faith alive. Over time, this flame grows stronger, and its light guides you through the challenges you face. Consistency in prayer is also a form of discipline. It teaches you to pause, to disconnect from the noise of the world, and to connect with the eternal. Even on the busiest days, even when your mind is scattered, coming back to prayer reminds you of what truly matters. This discipline calms the restless thoughts that often overwhelm the mind. It is in prayer that you find stillness, even when life outside feels chaotic. The inner calm that comes from consistent prayer is not always about removing problems, but about strengthening you to endure them. A person who prays regularly may still face hardship, but the way they carry their hardship is different. Their heart is lighter because they know they are not carrying their burdens alone. Their mind is clearer because they trust in a wisdom greater than their own. Their spirit is calmer because they have placed their hope in the one who never fails. Consistency in prayer also deepens gratitude. When you turn to prayer every day, you do not only ask, you begin to thank. You start to notice blessings that once went unseen, and that awareness itself fills you with peace. This is the secret of consistent prayer. It transforms not just your moments of worship, but your entire outlook on life. Number 8, hope is stronger than fear. Fear is a natural feeling that touches every heart. Fear of failure, fear of loss, fear of being left behind. It visits us in different forms, whispering doubts and weakening our resolve. But stronger than fear is hope. Hope is the light that breaks through the darkest clouds, the quiet voice inside that says, keep going, something better awaits. Where fear chains you to the ground, hope lifts you to see possibilities beyond the present struggle. Hope is not blind optimism, nor is it pretending that difficulties do not exist. Hope acknowledges the pain, the challenge, and the uncertainty, but chooses to believe that beyond it lies wisdom and relief. When fear says you cannot, hope says with patience and trust, you can. Fear closes doors before you even knock, But hope pushes you to try again even when you have failed before. Fear narrows your vision until you see only obstacles, while hope broadens your sight to recognize opportunities hidden in hardship. Every time you choose hope, you weaken the grip of fear. Hope allows you to rise after disappointment, to walk again after stumbling, and to dream even when the world tells you it is impossible. It teaches you that today's struggles are not permanent, that every storm eventually passes, and that no night lasts forever. Hope fills the heart with courage, and courage turns into action, and action leads to change. Hope also connects you to trust. You begin to understand that the one who brought you this far will not leave you abandoned. You realize that your story is not finished, that the pages ahead may hold blessings greater than anything you have imagined. Hope whispers that setbacks are not the end but a redirection, that delays are not denials but preparation. When fear tries to convince you to give up, hope reminds you to hold on a little longer, and in holding on, you discover strength you did not know you had. Hope plants seeds of resilience in your heart, and with every act of trust, those seeds grow into a tree of confidence and peace. This tree shades you in difficult times and bears fruit that nourishes your spirit and inspires those around you.